Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Leo in mid-April 2020. What's going on, Leo? How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. Okay, friends, welcome to mid-April. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Welcome if you're a new viewer. Everybody, of course, is welcome to be here. It's a free world. It's a free country. Do as you please. But anyway, guys, if you're a returning viewer, you are noticing something a little bit differently. There are no cards on this table. There is not a spread already laid for you for your mid-month. And why is that? Well, your girl Jay has asked her guides to step up her game or help her step up her game. So what we're going to do is a little bit more free-flowing, a little bit more reminiscent or similar to how I do my personal readings. I'm going through another spiritual, leveling up here in my personal journey. And so to challenge myself to become a little bit of a better reader and to do things, that I don't, I'm a fixed sign, I got a lot of fixed energy in my chart. I love patterns. I love things when they're set. And so I have to kind of challenge myself to get away from that. Right. So that's part of my personal journey. It's part of the what I think is going to help me to become a better intuitive reader and to be just a general better person. So welcome to my journey, but we're doing it through tarot. So anyway, so we're going to do this freeform reading today. I'm doing it for all the signs for mid-April. If I like it, if you guys like it, also we'll keep it around and we'll mess around with it, this style of doing readings for the mid-months for a while. So let me know in the comments how you feel about it once it's all said and done. Okay. So let's get into it. Leo, shuffle it off camera. We're going to, reconnect with the energy in a moment. So be looking forward to that. But if you want to skip ahead, the timestamp is in the description box below. Also down there, you will find the information you need. If you want to purchase a personal reading with me, I am clarifying this with all signs because I don't know what's going on. I mean, I guess I get what's going on, but I've been contacted a few times recently from people who say they want a reading, but then they don't want to pay for it, or they don't understand that they have to pay for it. And I think it's pretty clear down there, the layout. But yeah, if you're interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me or just about any other tarot reader on YouTube, I'm going to assume you're going to pay for it in some form or fashion. I like U.S. currency, so if you have something to trade, maybe I'd be open to bartering. But for now, we're gonna settle on U.S. dollars. But anyway, I just have to clarify that because a few people have just stepped forward and said they want a reading, but then have not paid or not been open to paying for it, and I think that's kind of weird. But anyway, so just to clear that up, everybody gets the clarification. But if you have another question or if you're curious about something not tarot related, or you want to clarify something before you get a reading, go ahead and email me at the same address. That's totally cool. I'll answer you as soon as I can. Also down there is the link to my Instagram. I'm usually pulling daily oracles. It's been a little slow lately. I've got a lot on my plate at the moment. So there's not enough hours in the day to actually, pull that card and then and interpret it. But if you want to see something different from me, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'll put the little name right here so you can see it up on screen again, just in case you missed it in the intro or you have no interest in going to the link below. I cover my bases. All right, Leo, let's get into it. Leo, mid-April, excuse me. Let's see some messages for Leo in mid-April. And again, guys, if you like it, hit the like button. If you want to leave a comment, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff, okay? Leo, mid-April. Messages and energies for Leo in mid-April. Ooh, just 2 shuffles. This is great. Oh, you don't understand, my friends. When I ask, I receive. Let's get into it. Leo, mid-April 2020. Show me messages and energies for Leo in mid-April 2020. Show me or stop me, please. Ay, Dios mío. 1. Just the 1? No, they're like, no, not the 1. We usually get 2 or 3 to start. Messages for Leo. Energies and messages for Leo. Please show me. Stop. Thank you. Here we go. Okay, you didn't know it, but I'm going to show you anyway. This moon has been popping up all through the pre-shuffle, the meditation I was doing. I just kept getting the moon, the moon, the moon. So Leo got some emotional things happening under wraps, undercover, in the background, something like that, possibly. Who knows? But let's get into it. Let's see what came out. So the first card that came was the Queen of Wands, and the Page of Wands, Who these? Who these people? Who them? Who them? Oh man, all right. So let's get into it. First card out is the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be you, could be someone else that you're dealing with. We'll find out in a moment. And also the Page of Wands, fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius again. So coming out hot, coming out strong. Inequality for sure, because you do have two cards within the court cards. If you're unfamiliar with tarot, that's page, knight, queen, king, right? So you have a queen and you have a page. So you have this element of unequalness. So I think either you I feel as though there might be an issue about being seen, an issue about being recognized. I feel as though maybe someone has underestimated you or you're underestimating someone else. It's a general, it can go the other way. So, be open-minded and take it as it resonates, okay? But there's something about not being seen for who you truly are, or someone around you is dealing with that issue. I think that there is this queenly energy that resides very strongly within a person, but the outward display of them is like a page of wands. This page, I always find this page to be a little wah wah, just in its depiction. The head is bowed. I mean, the stance is elegant and the clothes, I mean, this is the steampunk tarot deck, so the clothes are very, refined or whatever, but the head bowed, not looking very lively, let's say that. I just always get like this sullen feeling off of this Page of Wands in this deck. And so maybe that's what it is. Like maybe someone on the outside is a little sulky. Maybe they're a little disappointed in something, or they feel defeated or deflated in some type of way, but inside there's a stronger, more ferocious energy from the Queen of Wands. Or it could be vice versa. It could be the outward display is the ferocious, very brazen, very luscious or sexual Queen of Wands, but on the inside is a little bit of a, I hate to say it, like a coward. And the Page of Wands on their own, like if this wasn't here, if this card was by itself, I probably wouldn't say that. But with the queen right next to it, it feels as though possibly the opposite is correct, or the opposite is going on, where on the outside, someone is putting on a really tough face, someone is putting on a really, a lot of bravado, but on the inside, they're like, kind of like a scared little kitten, or like a very vulnerable person. Like these two together, the magnitude or the power of these two people, or the power of this one person, because it could just, again, it could be a dynamic between two people, or it resides within one person. So one is like super strong and capable, and the other aspect or the other person is that much more weaker. Hello, hi. I have a special guest today. My cat is here. She's normally not in this room, so she just popped out from underneath my legs here. So anyway, are you trying to leave in the middle of recording? Are you trying to leave? Tigra, please stop. What? See, look at that. I thought it would be cool. You coming in for the Leo reading, but now you're gonna misbehave. I thought you would take a nap. You love naps. Anyway, um, what was I saying? I'm going to have to let her out because she will not stop until I let her out. So I'll be right back. Okay, Leo, I apologize about that. I forgot it was time for the kitties to eat. So that was what she was upset about. So anyway, yeah, so this could be a dynamic between two people, or it exists within one person, but I just feel like there's a discrepancy. There's a difference of intensity. There's a difference of outlook. And pages on their own are usually they're okay, but when they come into contact with, or they show up in a reading alongside a king or a queen, they become that much more minimized or marginalized, or it's just their brightness doesn't shine as much as a queen or a king. And that's just what I'm feeling here. So for some of you, that's within yourself. You're either shining brighter than other people, but on the inside, your flame is a little dimmed, or on the inside, your flame is blazing, but on the outside, your flame is sort of, excuse me, sort of diminished, right? Or that's a play between you and another person. You take your pick. You know your story better than I do. But let's get a little bit more, because I also get the sense that there's something about, well, I said that. I said not being recognized, right? I think I said something like that. So I think that you possibly don't know not recognized. Clean that up, please. What does that mean? You and this person might not see each other. You and this person might not see eye to eye right now. If you're talking about another person, not recognizing, you might not recognize yourself, where normally you are more robust, or you are more kind of take charge, or very ferocious and very intense, and very much qualified. Interesting. Very much qualified, however that applies to you. But what you're feeling, or what is sort of existing inside of you is possibly doubt, is possibly fear, is possibly insecurity, right? And again, that's not the typical things that I would say about the Page of Wands, but in concert together here with the Queen of Wands, it's like, nope, that Page of Wands is not kicking. It's a very disappointed and disappointing energy, whether it be a person, whether it be you, take your pick on how that reads. So let's get some more information. I guess we could see who these people are. Who's the Queen of Wands? Please show me. Who's the Queen of Wands? Stop. Okay. And who's the Page of Wands? Show me who the Page of Wands is. Who's the Page of Wands? Who's the Page of Wands? Please show me. There. Okay. Thank you. So, Queen of Wands, Two of Swords, and the Page of Wands, Temperance, Sagittarian energy. So the Page of Wands could be a Sagittarius. That's twice for Sagittarius. Possibly. Doesn't have to be, though. And the page I've neglected to mention, but I'm reminded in this very moment that pages have been coming out like left and right in these readings. And pages often signal to children. So if you have a child, Leo, this could be your child. So Queen of Wands has the Two of Swords. So here I see this Queen of Wands is sort of at a stalemate or at an impasse personally, or in this situation, because like I said, I'm getting the sense that if it's another person, you don't recognize each other, you're not seeing each other, you're not speaking. And the Two of Swords is definitely an energy or a card that indicates that. You've got this woman, she's blindfolded, right? She's holding these two swords, balancing on a gear. So there's just like this precarious feeling with this two of Swords. But ultimately, or rather more traditionally, what we say with the Two of Swords is that someone is at an impasse. They're not making decisions. They're not communicating. They're not open to seeing things in a certain way, or they're just not really ready to commit is the word they gave me. Someone who's not ready to commit, or someone who's not ready to make a commitment. Now, that doesn't mean strictly romantic, okay? That word, especially in tarot, is highly sought after. Commit, especially if you're looking for a love reading. This is a general, so that could be commitment in other ways. That could be this person is not ready to commit to a job. This person is not ready to commit to a diet. This person is not ready to commit to therapy, whatever it is. But more to the point, I think it's in relation to the situation as a whole. There's something going on where, as capable as the Queen of Wands is normally, or is presenting in this reading, Leo, they're at a stalemate. They're at this point where they can't move. Now, is that their own choice? Is that because of the circumstances at hand? That we might be able to clarify later on. But I feel as though if this was like a game of cards, like if this was like poker, this person has a poker face on, and they're not allowing themselves to be read by you, or you're not allowing yourself to be read by other people. There's just like this silent stance, or this or position that that the Queen of Wands is in. There's this, I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to do anything. This is like not doing a damn thing. Okay, thank you. And they're indicating the moon again. And again, the moon was coming out in the pre-shuffle. It was on the bottom of the deck a while ago. So it could be to hide the emotional truths, to hide the emotional depths, to hide the complications or the complexity of the situation. Someone just goes silent, even though it feels like they're super capable of taking care of business, or it feels as though they're the queen is a queen of action. The Queen of Swords is also a queen of action. I mean, all the queens do some type of action, but it's not, queens are normally the receivers. They don't normally give out. They usually receive, right? That's kind of just a very blanket way of talking about queens. The kings are known as the producers. And again, in quotes, producers, right? But the queen is very active because she is the Queen of Wands, and wands indicate action. They indicate physical movement. They indicate moving towards goals and dreams and desires, right? So someone who is normally after what they want, go for it, go for it, go for it, is in a place of nothing. Pause, stop, like freeze frame. Okay, and I'm not very good at staying still, but you know what I mean? Like, that's what this person has done. They're like frozen in a moment, either of their own choosing or because of the situation at hand. Now, the Page of Wands, the Temperance on clarification of who this person is. Again, major arcana for Sagittarius. They don't have to be a Sagittarius, but, they could be. This person is in need of temperance, in need of balance, in need of some type of healing, in need of some type of structure. Very interesting. And again, that kind of plays if this is a child of yours, whether they're a little child or an adult, it doesn't really matter. But there is something here where this person has disruption in their life. They have an imbalance in their heart, in their mind, they're saying, in their heart and in their mind. It could be biological or physiological. This person could have mental or emotional issues. And I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not trying to throw shade. It's just that's the reality of the world. Some people deal with certain conditions or mindsets or whatever, and it's actually chronic. It's actually an issue that needs. I did say that, but I said it in context of the Queen of Wands, where someone wasn't open to the commitment to therapy. That could play to the Page of Wands too. If this was like a family affair, this could be, family counseling. This could be between a couple. Sure, it could be between a couple having to go to couples therapy and one person is resistant, or both people are resistant, or one person is in dire need of it because they... It's just a possibility. I don't want to go down that road because I think it's so specific. But in general, one person might need therapy because of their physiological makeup, right? Whether that be through psychiatry and being prescribed pills or medications on top of speaking to a therapist or whatever. But I feel that two people are dealing with this situation from very different standpoints. I feel someone is resistant to either they're like egotistically, they might be like diving into their ego, the Queen of Wands, just to be straight up about it, because that moon hanging up above her, above the Two of Swords head, the female in that card, it feels like there's a yes, okay, thank you. There's a detachment, okay, that the Queen of Wands possibly is going through, where I'm not going to allow my emotions to play into my stance, my decision making, or my position in the situation. So you could take that however you like. If this person is your friend, if this person is a coworker or a business partner of yours, if they're a lover of yours, or whatever it is, that feels pretty true, that this person is like, okay, let me remove my emotions, hang that moon up in the air, and then I'm not actually going to communicate, or I'm not actually going to say anything, or I'm not actually going to make any decisions one way or the other. Okay, could be that. Definitely. Okay, going back to those where you have a child. And this could play for relationships where it's not parent and child, but go with me. Sometimes, and this is, please remember, if you're unfamiliar, I'm not a parent myself. However, I feel as though sometimes one of the things you have to do as a parent is let your children make their own mess and then clean it up, or learn lessons and, just like take a step back and it's like, oh, I can't help you this time. It's like a testing ground or something like that, it feels like. So it could be that this person in some form or fashion is saying, this is on you. I can't help you, or I can't be involved in this, or, well, we've been down this road before. What do you think you want to do this time around? It feels as though the Queen of Wands could be more capable, or could be more committed to the situation, or could be more involved, but has chosen with their mind, not their emotions, because of that moon being hung up in the air, like pinned to the wall, like, okay, emotions, go sit on the bench. We're not dealing with you right now. But through their intellect, through their mind, represented by the swords, they're saying no contest, not involved. And that puts this Page of Wands possibly in an even more insecure spot. And that's, again, this Page of Wands is like super sad, or like not up to the game of this, or not up to the task of this. I feel as though in some sense, the Page of Wands is out of their depth. Now, I don't know what the situation is. I don't know the details. Maybe we'll get into it in a moment. But it feels as though this Page of Wands has been asked to do something they're not capable of doing, or something they feel they're not capable of doing. Either they literally cannot, and I don't know why. Okay. I mean, again, it could be, because of physiological reasons. They could have a certain condition, or they have, bipolar disorder or something like that, that makes it harder for them to do it. If not totally incapable, it makes it harder for them to do it. If it's not an actual fact, it's a self-perception. They don't believe they can. This person's self-belief is in the tank. And again, that's something I think a lot of parents would eventually struggle with their children. I don't care how old they are. I don't care how well you think you've raised them, or how awfully you think you've raised them. Self-belief, I assume, based on the psychology courses I took in college, is somewhat influenced by how you're raised, your self-belief. It doesn't all come from just, you looking in the mirror and saying, hey, me, I'm the best me I'm ever going to be. Sometimes that's shaped by your parents, or shaped by the people who raise you, shaped by the environment that you're brought up in. And what I'm feeling is that there's someone here who is not in a headspace right now, or possibly has never been confident. Queen of Wands is super confident, but is playing no contest. I'm not involved. I've removed myself from the situation. This person over here sort of is left holding the bag, and they don't know what the fuck to do with it. They don't know. Oh, God. I don't want to say that, but they're like, they don't know anything. They don't know shit. And I think that's a little harsh, but like, that's what it's feeling like. And I think it possibly could be because this person might compare themselves to the Queen of Wands. Or because the situation involves both of them, other people are seeing both of these people are involved. And, there is this feeling that maybe the Page of Wands is being judged a lot more harshly than the Queen of Wands is. People are looking way more at the Page of Wands, waiting for that person to do something, while the Queen of Wands just gets to sit on the sideline being like, yeah, I'm not involved. Very interesting. I forget what I was going to possibly clarify. I think that will resonate for some of you. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. It is still a general reading, friends, so don't get too caught up. Catch me next time. Maybe I'll have a message for you. But for those where it resonated, I think that's pretty clear for you. So let's get some additional messages for Leo. What else can you tell Leo for mid-April, please? General messages and energies in mid-April for Leo. Additional messages. Okay, that fell on top of the page. Note that. And that fell to the floor. Note that. All right, so that was on the floor. Knight of Swords, and then this fell on top of. Okay, so, yeah. they really want me to note that it fell on top of, and look how it's obscuring. Like we can't really see the page anymore, the Page of Wands, right? The way I flipped it over and the way it fell on the table. You can't really see that card anymore. So we have the Ace of Swords in reverse and we have the Knight of Swords over here. So over here we have, whether it's related to the Queen of Wands directly or not is yet to be revealed to me. But we have someone who, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, who is definitely, again, showing a sign of capability or showing a stance of capability. Like if you look at this Knight of Swords, I mean, look at this person. Sword at the ready, backpack on, all the gear on, like ready to take a trip, ready to take action. So that's very interesting that if we assume, and I think they are loosely tying this Knight of Swords to the Queen of Wands. And again, it could be a self-possessed energy or it's someone else in this situation. Could be a third person in the situation, possibly. But if we, pardon me, if we tie this energy to the Queen of Wands, this is again a more capable energy. It's not as capable or it's not as fierce and not as accomplished as the Queen, but again, it's showing this intention. It's showing this desire. It is showing the ability to communicate. It is swords again, so that's two swords on top of the Queen. So the ability to communicate, to talk, to express ideas, to clarify, to provide information to a situation, all that good stuff, right? Very much possible here. However, the sword is not drawn, it's sheathed, right? The sword isn't waving in the air, and as far as like being dressed and ready to go, this person is not actually on a vehicle. If it was a traditional tarot deck, there's no horse. In the background, you can see those blimps at the top there. So, but this person's not aboard. So possibly the Queen of Wands struggle, we might clarify. The Queen of Wands struggle seems to be staying out of it. It is not the Queen of Wands desire deep down, because of the moon dangling above the Two of Swords person's head, right? The Queen of Wands desire is not to stay uninvolved, but that's what they're doing. Male, female, doesn't matter. Leo or any other sign, it doesn't matter. Take your pick on who that is in your storyline. But this person is like, look, I'm staying out of it. And I know that's especially hard. And who was this for? I think I said a very similar message for Virgo yesterday where, yeah, I think it was Virgo, of not stepping in to help your children. But theirs was different. They had a whole different energy, or at least a different approach. I feel that this person is like, and I don't know why I'm telling you this, but it felt like Virgo was like super reluctant, like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. While this energy is kind of like, I don't want to do that. Like, you see the tonal difference? Like there's a lack of sympathy. I'm going to say that. There's a little bit of a lack of sympathy here. Like wands, swords, that's very harsh. That's all masculine energy. Wands and swords are masculine. And masculine energy, not the people, not human beings, not men, just energy itself is dynamic, it's strong, it's powerful, it is task-oriented, it drives forward. There are no sympathetic moments when you have so much here. And I'm not saying this person is not at all ever sympathetic, but in this moment, whoever they are, they're like, not doing it. I'm not doing it. Very strongly, I'm not doing it. I could, but I'm not going to, right? I want to see a little further clarification on this Queen of Swords, or excuse me, Queen of Wands. Why isn't the Queen of Wands acting? Why are they not involved? Why have they taken this stance? Why is the Queen of Wands not involved? Why have they taken this stance? What did I say? That's the beauty of tarot, my friends. The moon, that's why. It's too emotionally, the emotions are deep. for this person. This is major arcana for Pisces, by the way, so you could be dealing with a Pisces, but you don't have to be. This person's emotions are very deep regarding the situation, regarding the people involved, everything. This person is very much, I think, normally in tune with their emotions. However, the caution with the moon card, the caution with this energy is that you can give over into your emotions. You can become too led by them. You can let those emotions get you carry you away. You know what I mean? So when we talk about the moon and tarot, yeah, it's great to be knowing of emotions and to, have some feeling in a situation. However, look, it's shady, it's dark, possibly confusing. So it could be that this person doesn't want their emotions to get the better of them. And again, especially, I did say this in Virgo's reading, that's especially hard when you're talking about a parent and child relationship where you would want to take care of that person. I assume most parents, I'm not one, but I do have a pair myself. And, over my years, they've always told me, it's like just this instinct of you have to, you must help your child, take care of your child. And it never ends, I'm in my late 30s. My mom is still, in some ways looking at me like I'm a little child. And it's not a negative thing. It's just like the way she looks at me. I'm like, I'm not a baby. Why are you smiling at me like that? I'm not a little baby anymore. Like, and, and it's not a negative thing, but I guess that's what they're talking about. It's like something inside of you as a parent will never be able to see your child, no matter how old they are, as being not your baby. Does that make sense? So that's what this person might be. If this is a parent and child relationship, this might be what this person is afraid of, or this might be what this person is resistant to. I'm not going to let that part of me take over because my child has to learn. They have to grow. They have to be better adept and better capable of taking care of whatever it needs to be taken care of. Now, let's get back to them because I think we have exhausted who the Queen of Wands is. I think if that's you, if you're the page, I think it's pretty clear who that is. So let's get a little bit more with the Page of Wands. So remember, this is obscured. He or she is back there. Hi. But the Temperance card and then the Ace of Swords in reverse came out. So Ace of Swords in reverse. This is possibly what this person knows they have to do or what they're missing in their life. But it's in reverse. It's like not coming up. It's not, they don't possess this. Thank you. This page does not possess, because what we see in the upright, it's a little clearer. It's a sword. It's a very powerful sword. It's a powerful weapon, right? Not to hurt, but to utilize, to use at your discretion. And I think this person doesn't feel capable of communicating well. In some cases, they know they're not good at or willing to be truthful. Thank you. There's a lot of misguidance. Interesting. Oh, okay. Misguidance. What's that? Some of these pages are listening to the wrong crowd. Some of these pages have misinformation and they're operating on misinformation, or they're operating on old information. There's a lack of communication, a lack of clarity, a lack of truth and honesty and integrity that is circulating around this person, or they're perpetrating it themselves. It can go either way. But there's just this lack of upstanding, yeah. This person either peddles and deals in lies and deceit, or they are being told lies and deceit by other people who are not showing up here. I just see two people at an impasse, and there is this energy when I pick this card up of other people, like a whispering party, or is that what this is called? A whispering party or a whisper campaign or whatever, peanut gallery, all that type of shit, where there's outside influences telling this person X, Y, Z, possibly in relation to the Queen of Wands. It doesn't have to be, but it's possible. And they're saying, hey, the Queen of Wands is not looking out for you. The Queen of Wands is not, acting in your best interest. The Queen of Wands isn't your friend. The Queen of Wands isn't being a good parent to you. The Queen of Wands is doing XYZ to you. You know what I mean? And that is opinion. It's not fact, right? But it confuses the page, and they hide behind that. Or if they're not hidden behind it, they're like overwhelmed with it. They're drowning in that talk, in that speech, right? Now, I don't know, again, what the relationship is. You know better than I do. But again, I get this sense of there needs to be balance between head and heart. There needs to be healing, because going back to the Temperance, we didn't really talk too much about this card. This angel that's depicted here has a foot in the water. That's cleansing, right? That's cleansing. This page would benefit from some type of cleanse. Either they have to cleanse their body of toxins, whether that's food or drugs or alcohol, whatever, or they need a spiritual cleanse, or both. This person, because like if you look at the landscape, it's kind of dusty and barren and kind of dull, right? Muddy, maybe is the better word, muddy. And I feel like that could be their outlook, is my circumstances are not the best. My situation isn't the best. Like this person hasn't woken up to how they can make the situation better for themselves. That's the thing about Temperance. You can't have other people do it. And again, that's sort of what we were talking about with the Queen of Wands. Someone who says, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to step in and help you do this. You have to do it on your own. Or I'm not going to provide you with the answer. I'm not going to give you what you think you need from me, or what you want from me, or what I normally would provide to the situation. I am stepping out of it. I'm removing myself from the situation, right? The Temperance is telling the Page of Wands, okay, perfect. You do it. Or this is your chance to get things aligned and get things in balance and get a better perspective for yourself, heal yourself, cleanse yourself in some type of way. And I think that, again, look how I've put the cards back on top of that Page of Wands. We don't even see that person. They're hidden behind something, and they're not able to see what they have to do. This person is likely unsure of how to proceed forward. And again, that is compounded, or a big thing I think that happens in many parent and child relationships. You try to tell your kids, you try to give them lessons, you try to give them as much information as possible, as much advice as possible, pardon me. But then when it's time for them to perform, or it's time for them to, show that they've listened to you for all these years, or they've taken your advice on board, and they're not able to show that they have. Interesting. More information about this Page of Wands, please. I want to see more information about the Page of Wands. Why? I don't even know what to ask, really. Because the Temperance is available, because it's a guide, right? I did mention, like, traditionally on the card, it's depicted as an angel, and it sort of is depicted that way there. So this is like a wake-up call. There's some type of guidance that this person is either being asked to pursue, or is presented in their life, but they don't recognize it. And because there's this lack of recognition, the same way we can't see that card, that page can't see these objects too, can't see that the communication they're listening to is either erroneous and full of lies and deceit, or they're not able to see that their inability, or they're resistant to speak, they're resistant to initiate communication is the problem, right? Let's see. Let me get one more, because we're going to get an oracle at some point. So give me just one more card on the Page of Wands. Further information on the Page of Wands, please. One more card. One more card for the Page of Wands, please. One more for the Page of Wands. Further clarification and information on who this person is. What's going on with them. And notice how To get the Page of Wands cards, it's a little more difficult. It takes just a tiny bit longer than it does for the Queen. Seven of Wands, they're not going to do a damn thing. And I don't mean to laugh, but like, you know, this person is defensive. This person is isolated. I mean, that makes sense. We're all, many of us, not all, but many of us are still isolated due to COVID-19, coronavirus, right, at this time. But this person, I don't have to be like, oh, there it is. Okay. This person is defensive. This person is isolated, as you see. This is a solo figure standing up on a platform. And I think that they might be a little angry. They might be a little, like I said, sullen. Before with the Page of Wands, they might be a little sullen or sulky about a situation. And they, okay. Oh, okay. Ah. So you see this person is carrying this one wand, and then you see the different apparati down at the bottom, the different, you know, sticks or wands or whatever you want to call those things, rods, I guess, down at the bottom. That can sometimes indicate people and opinions and arguments and conversations that we have to defend ourselves from or have to participate in, but come in and be sort of willing to put up a fight, right? So this person might be inundated with outside opinions or other relationships in their life that cause them to have this tussling energy, right? Having to assert themselves. Thank you. This person has to assert themselves. And again, remember what I said at the beginning. And remember, that Page of Wands is way, way buried under those cards. We can't even see it anymore. This person has to fight even though they don't want to fight. This person has to be strong and stand up for themselves even though they don't want to. And that could be, that could be really detrimental to this dynamic between the Queen and the Page. For an example, just to illustrate the point, and I'm going to use something so dramatic and so, you know, I'm just going to use it just to illustrate the point. This is like that classic scenario of your kid starts running with the wrong crowd when they're in high school, right? You know, they start hanging out with the slackers, with the drug users and the gang members and the bad boys and the bad girls, and like your kid, your precious angel just turns into a hellion, right? It's like, I'm not saying that's what this is. I'm just using it as a point where, you know, you wake up one day and you you go into your kid's room and their room is destroyed. They used to have all these wonderful posters and their toys used to be all nice and neat, and now it's just a wreck. It's like that, where this person possibly in some cases is quote unquote corrupted. They have been pulled down or pulled into a circle of friends or into an association of people that aren't necessarily doing them any good, and actually causes them to behave in a way where, you know, their defenses are always up and they're always having to be on guard and they're always having to battle or portray themselves in a certain way. And I think I said that before, where someone on the outside might be putting on a brave face and acting like they're big, bad, and bold, but ultimately inside they're actually very scared and they're very vulnerable and they don't want to be doing what they're doing, but they're doing it anyway. So I don't know what you're dealing with, Leo, or who this person is or where you fit in, but hopefully that makes sense. We're going to switch over now and get an oracle card because we're trying to keep these under an hour. And I'm keeping promises to myself these days. Now, oracle card for Leo. Which deck for the oracle card for Leo? If you can hear that tapping, it's my hand going over each deck because I like my guides to choose my decks. Oracle card for Leo, please. Yeah, okay. Divine Oracle Circus is the deck for the day for Leo. And let's see what we get. Oracle message for Leo from this deck, please. Oracle message for Leo from the deck. Messages for Leo from this oracle deck, please. Yeah, okay. Easy peasy with the shuffle. Oh my God, I can't even pick it up. Oh Lord. What's for dinner? Spaghetti? I think so. Oracle message for Leo, please show me. Yep, thank you. And what do we got? Voice of an Angel, card 13. Number 13 might be significant for some of you. You can also reduce that down to a 4. And if I could find the page, there it is. All right, here we go. Are we in frame? Yeah, we're in frame. Pretty good. All right. If you do not allow inspiration to flow, you will feel blocked, as though something that needs to happen naturally is not happening. It is an uncomfortable sensation that can lead to feelings of depression, self-doubt, lack of confidence, and eventually wear away at your self-esteem. Sometimes we unintentionally hold ourselves back from expressing the inspirations, ideas, and imaginations we feel because we are afraid that we are making it up, that we will be judged or fail to deliver a worthy expression of the idea. Maybe we think someone else will do it better anyway, or we simply don't choose to value our inspiration enough to make it a priority in our lives and don't set aside time and devote energy to bring it to life. When the oracle of the voice of the angel appears, you have been given 2 pieces of guidance. Firstly, your idea, intuition, or imagination is not off base, but spot on for your own unique life journey. You are tapping into pure inspiration, and the divine muse of creativity is blessing you. If you feel blocked or are uncertain about how to direct your creativity, the universe is letting you know you're being sent a muse, the inspiration you need to find your own true voice. Secondly, you are being asked to have trust, courage, and confidence in yourself and to follow through on the gift of an idea that has been given to you. This is not a time to keep quiet. Play it safe, hold yourself back, or allow others to step up and speak for you. It is time to speak your truth, to express yourself, to have confidence in your own ideas and inspirations in your own voice. There's more to read, but I think you get the point. Page of Wands, whoever that is blocked. Whether that's in a creative way. I mean, we do have this woman holding a guitar, and this could be, a producer who normally is getting deadlines extended and is finding people for the Page of Wands to work with. But the Page of Wands is the musician. The Page of Wands is the creator. So this person might be only able to do so much. And that's, right on the nose, given what the passage was talking about, and again, this female holding a guitar. So for some of you, this is a business relationship where one person can only do so much. It's up to, the creator or the creative person, the Page of Wands, whether it's, whatever. That can also still play for if this is a family dynamic, if this is a love relationship, if this is a relationship between family members or friends. I think it still applies. What did it say? Let others speak for you, where the Queen of Wands possibly normally was speaking on the behalf of the Page of Wands in the past, possibly, or has the capability of transmitting information in a much more capable manner, but they have pulled themselves back. It is up to the Page of Wands to step up and speak up, okay? Leo, that is your reading for mid-April. If you liked it, like button is down below. Hit that for me. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how this resonated in your life. You guys know I'm open to that, and I love that kind of stuff. Feel free to share. If you want to share the video, let other people know that you're watching my stuff. Go ahead and do that. And of course, friends, subscribe if you are into what I do here. The number keeps going up. I'm meeting more people. It's really cool. It's a great experience. So if you want to help your girl out, doing any and all of those things would do the job. Again, if you want that personal reading, it's in the description box. If you have a question before you purchase, just go ahead and email me. And again, I'm over on IG at EmpathicFire Tarot if you want to see me pull oracle cards over there just about every day. Okay? All right, Leo, I'll be back soon with your May readings and then your mid-Mays after that. Hopefully you're staying well during this quarantine time, and hopefully I will see you soon in the future. Again, my friends, I thank you so much for watching. Take care.